On average have 1.7 seconds to capture someone's attention on social media. You don't pay with your money, but you pay with your data. Hey, my name is Kirill Vdov, and I'm a paid marketing specialist. When you go on the internet and you see something that looks too flashy and something maybe you didn't expect to see, that's probably me or people like me trying to show you content, something that we think you will find interesting or relevant. This is actually a tricky topic overall in marketing because academia in marketing has very little in common, or business and academia very little in common overall, so you cannot really study for it. Yeah, sure, you can get a marketing business degree or international business degree like myself. I have international business degree, but when you come to actual workplace, you will realize that your learnings you got in university have very little to do with what you get in the job, and the learnings you get in university are actually useful way later in your marketing career if you choose to take one. The answer to this question is probably you will need to go to some company that offer internships and just start from a very bottom and work your way up just through the professional experience. There's no really educations or courses you can take to become a marketing professional. Also, there's very strict kind of a framework or range you can earn, also because Finland, all the salaries are more kind of in the same range. So as a paid marketing specialist, performance marketing specialist, and as a person who is responsible for running ad campaigns, you have a specialist role. A specialist role in marketing in particular, they don't go very far. So maybe in the beginning of your career, you can earn starting from say 2.8 thousand, and you can reach maybe up to 5,000 per month. And you will reach this actually cap pretty quickly because there's not a whole lot to learn. There's really, it's not as difficult as some may paint it. But that's your cap. But you reach maybe 5,000, some may be good firm with a better pay. But once that happens, your next career progression step will be probably to become a senior marketing manager, to actually oversee people like yourself and move from a specialist role, which will change your responsibilities dramatically. When something like this happens, it's a very short-lived business endeavor because it looks very good. People react to the ad very good. You maybe get the sales, but then there's only so many people who can reach through advertising. It's just kind of one of the things you can do in marketing. The rest of the things, when people, for example, find you for advertising, they're going to start word of mouth. They're going to recommend your product to their friends. And that's not going to happen if your product is too bad. And they will be quickly disappointed. They will never want to deal with you again. And you will have a kind of a short-lived success, which will die out very, very quickly after that happened. And probably you'll be very confused why did it happen. It looked all great, but then it just stopped when you run out of pool of people you can reach through ads. Basically, nothing you use on the internet, any platform, any website, you don't use it for free. You don't pay with your money, but you pay with your data. Whatever you do, every single click, hover of your mouse, literally anything you do, like when using computer, is very precisely tracked by all the website, all the platform, all the applications, and they use this data to do something they want to do with this. And in terms of ads, they try to put together an algorithm to determine what you like, what you're more likely to buy, and then sell this kind of data through their platform to advertisers. So, they pay money to the platform and then they push the ads, and by their clever algorithm, they will figure out, what kind of ads to push to you specifically. For example, Facebook is probably most infamous for this, for their privacy invasions and the algorithm and how good are they with pushing ads to you. So that's basically that. You just pay with your data, with information about yourself, that is then processed through the algorithms for all the services, all the websites you use on the internet. Some people sometimes think that the best ad would be like a rational ad. You maybe will describe to a person you're showing ad to that how good is your solution or how good is your product and why you should choose them. But this is not true. It's particularly the case in when it's a business-to-business advertisement, when they try to go for a rational standpoint, explain why by numbers, why is it better, but it's not the way to go, because it also steals people, and people react very well to emotional stuff. Something simple, something they can easily associate with. Like one of the maybe bigger, from in my life specifically, and just overall example is Coca-Cola and its association with Christmas. For no reason whatsoever, they just somehow advertise so much during the Christmas time that now Coca-Cola is supposed to be part of the Christmas. There is no reason to this. They just invested for a very long time, and now people believe that. And the emotional ads that evoke some kind of emotion, some kind of memories, something you can associate with on a subconscious kind of level, not rationally, works always the best. So there's a company who analyzes all the mobile games in the industry, all the current trends, all the current best performing genres, put the data all together, and not even through like pure number or like data science, but also by people actually playing and providing qualitative data. So they gather all this data and they sell this data, this kind of a service as a platform to mobile gaming studios. So the mobile gaming studios then can make a judgment what kind of games they're going to produce next, or maybe what kind of features they're going to introduce into the games, or what kind of genres they could focus on. So this company choose their platform of advertisement, LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, you would imagine that on LinkedIn there is not a lot of gaming professionals hanging out, or game developers, or game designers, because this doesn't strike as a place they would hang out at. But this is not the case, as I learned, and there's quite a significant amount of people hanging out on LinkedIn, and also because nobody really targets them there, because everybody again assumes that there's not a lot of gaming professionals hang out there. It's very non-competitive area generally, so it's quite cheap to push the ads towards them. And since it's a B2B case, and B2B case more commonly to push the ads with some kind of a content in them, some kind of a guide to do something, maybe some kind of useful information for your target audience or something like this. And this particular case, this company who was selling the data to mobile gaming studios, they were promoting webinars. And webinars typically take maybe a longer time, like an hour, so it's quite a commitment for people. But they were promoting 15-minute webinars, so it's a webinar you can take during a coffee break easily. And we all thought in our agency that this is really weird, it's not going to work, like it's so uncommon. 15 minutes webinar, it doesn't make any sense, but it works really, really, really good. For some reason, it's just so easy for people to consume this kind of content, I suppose, and to create for the company this kind of content, because this kind of webinars is more like monthly updates on what's going on in the gaming worlds, rather than something like big research for a certain topic and putting together a nice webinar presentation. So it's also easy to produce for them. So we just keep running the same, like different kind of webinars, again, the same audience, and they work every time perfectly. So first of all, it's a major misconception that generally everyone skips ads. Most people skip ads, but some people will not. Even in the world that everybody skips ads all the time, YouTube in particular have this feature that if you like it or not, you will often see a 5-second of an ad. And 5 seconds of an ad is a very, very long time, because Facebook recently, for example, came up with a research or kind of a report saying that you on average have 1.7 seconds to capture someone's attention on social media. So even if a person skips an ad, it watches the ads for 5 seconds. And 5 seconds is a big deal, especially when there's something appearing in front of the screen. So, imagine how back in the day, in last century, or even early in this century, most of the advertisement was in the newspapers, on TV, just on the streets. There's no way to track this advertisement. You can also skip this advertisement by just not looking at it. You don't even have the 5 seconds. You just saw something, oh, that's an ad, I'm not even going to pay attention to it. But you saw this ad. If you go in, if you see the same ads over and over again, eventually you're going to remember that this brand exists. If this brand is everywhere in your kind of surrounding, even if you ignore the ads for a fraction of a second, your brain kind of fixates on it. It remembers the brand, the name, the logo. And the same idea in a 5 second, that's kind of a YouTube. Yes, you can spend it, but skip it. But yeah, there's still 5 seconds of your time that is invested into the ad.